Hello, Star Wars fans. Hey, you know there are just 46 days until Christmas 2021. Oh my goodness, it's coming on us quickly. And I have started to put the virtual visit link in the little crawler at the bottom so you guys can see that. I still think they're doing people on a wait list, but here within the next day or two, they should open that up for reservations so that you can begin to book your holiday vacation or holiday visits with Santa. And if you use that code Jingle40 when you do your reservation, you will get a Star Wars Santa as your Santa, and I'll be in full Santa attire. If you have any questions, hit me up on the Discord. I've pinned that to the message here as well. It's so good to see you all. I see Gray, my friend. Hey, good to see you, Gray. And Green Bear Mark, Sheev the Wise. We've got Vader's Lair here, and Abby. Oh my goodness, the average. Good to see you. Ducky. Ducky is here. Yeah, still just a wait list this morning. Thanks for checking that out. There are a ton of things. Your kid doesn't speak English yet. Well, I wish that I spoke Spanish fluently, but I don't, unfortunately. I believe they do have some Spanish-speaking Santas. If you go and try to do that on that website, you can select a Spanish-speaking Santa. So, hey, Bob! Bob's your uncle. Good to see you. Haven't seen you, Uncle Bob. Good to see you. Good to see you here. You guys, if you could do me a favor, I don't pay attention to this enough. If you could like, subscribe, share this out. We've kind of plateaued on our subscribers. We're not growing, and I need your help. It would be so great if we could get over that 2,000 subscriber mark. And we will be doing our monthly toy giveaways here next week. And if you are a member, if you've joined at the $2, $5, or $10 levels, you'll be eligible for our toy giveaways. So more information on that in Discord. We've got a lot of things to talk about today, so kind of rush through some of this stuff and get right to it. Abby, oh, good to see you. So I've got my friend Imagic Maker here. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing excellent. I'm also eating lunch, so I just took a bite. Just as you asked me how I was doing.
Oh my goodness! What timing? There are lots of things going on just from a news perspective. Every Tuesday, StarWars.com is supposed to be showing us more merch. Oops, wrong button. They're supposed to be showing us more merch, and they haven't been doing such a great job of it. Let me bring this up and show everybody here.
Shame on them.
I know.
I mean, Santa is not getting his toy inventory updated.
Well,
shame.
I will say that part of the risk here is about fulfilling, right? And we made fun of Hasbro for talking about not opening up pre-orders to enhance your pre-order experience. What they meant is we don't want you to pre-order it and then have to wait a year to get it. And so I think that's a lot of what's going on is they're worried about fulfilling it. But I went out to Disney.
Yeah, it's just all stuck in the LA port right now, right?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So I went out to Disney to check today what they were announcing, and the spotlight I see is this light cruiser, the Lego light cruiser, and it's got the Mandalorian cast there, including Gina Carano. No, we've got the cast there. So you guys, if you're interested in Lego, you collect Lego. That's the item listed today. And then they did reveal a couple of other figures coming out. Let me see if I can open these in the tab there. There you go. You've got Death Watch Mandalorian for the Black Series. And then there's one other Black Series. These aren't really surprises or necessarily that new, but we also have Ahsoka Tano their Black Series reveal. So you guys, just wanted to get this out there for you all, just to cover. Look, they're supposed to announce them Tuesday, and then Wednesday you can pre-order or order, and that's the deal there. So rushing on. There is there's another little bit of news here. I want to show Timothy Zahn. His book, the last of the Thrawn Ascendancy novels, come out next week, the 16th. So we're just 7 days. Yes, I am super excited for this book, the third book in the second trilogy that he put out. We ended at a pretty good cliffhanger, and we're looking forward to this book. We've been waiting on it for months. I am super excited for it, and there is an excerpt and some interview with Zahn here, and how he's trying to bring in some of the legend stuff, some of the Thrawn novels that were turned into legends, how he's trying to pull in aspects of it into current canon, into these books. So that should be I'm super excited about it.
I'm all
So there
for
you
it.
Yes, yeah, I love those books. I think they're great, and I can't wait. So that's off the top. So that's sort of the breaking breaking news kind of stuff. But there's a big story that folks have been talking about now for the last day. Anyhow, it's this Rogue Squadron movie is on hold. Oh, what do you think of that?
It doesn't bother me. I actually didn't expect Rogue Squadron to really be the first movie coming out in 23, at least from my, what I was looking at all the time. And I'm sorry, Mark, on the black screen. It's really because I have to have my camera on in order to speak. For some reason, when I don't have my camera on, it turns off the mic. So
yeah, we'll have to work on. Yeah, and Melon doesn't allow you to pick just an avatar. So we had to work out how to get an image there. I worked it out with Star Wars Meg, but it takes some work to get done. But anyhow,
maybe I could just put the camera on an image.
You have to.
That might work.
Yeah, that's a bunch of stuff. You gotta like use OBS, and you put an image into OBS, and then you put your camera through OBS, turn on the virtual camera,
Right.
and then feed it in through the virtual camera. It's a bit of work. But anyhow,
It's a little bit of work.
yeah, Rogue Squadron.
No, I mean, I look. The rumor is that instead of us getting Rogue Squadron, we're getting a possible Knights of the Old Republic movie or a High Republic movie.
Yeah.
And I'm leaning toward the Knights of the Old Republic movie, and the reason that is because and I did that video way back in 2019.
Yep.
That the screenwriter for Alita was working on a Knights of the Old Republic screenplay.
Right.
And we know we have a video game coming forward, and of course we don't know whether she was working on a video game screenplay, which is possible, but I think she was working on a movie screenplay, and I think it was a Knights of the Old Republic movie, and I think that was intended to be the first one on the bracket when we were talking about the announced movies, and then they got skittish about it, and so they kind of pulled it and wasn't sure. And then Patty Jenkins was wanting a movie, and they wanted to give her a movie, so we had the Rogue Squadron, and I think, and on the success of Rogue One, they wanted to kind of follow up with that. So I think that's kind of where they were, and I think now they're feeling confident in the original process of where they were. I think Kathleen Kennedy's probably got their feet back under her again, and they're feeling comfortable with their setup, and they're just getting ready to kind of set themselves back up on their original plans on how they were going to move forward.
Yeah, the news story says it's on indefinite hold, and it should be very clear that it's not canceled. It has to do with timing, and it has to do with the movie industry as a whole, and understanding that Patty Jenkins is not Disney property. She works for Warner Brothers. She's got other movies going on. She's working for Lucasfilm, of course, with this project. And as projects were being moved around and things were having to get pushed, then the the window to do this movie got narrowed, and then from all reports, the script was going through rewrite processes. So
Right.
it
I
was
heard that
not.
too.
Yeah, it was. It didn't seem like it was going to be ready in time to shoot within the window that Patty had available. And you know, the way I look at it is, the movie industry right now is not firing on all cylinders. Even good movies
Just ask
are,
Alec Baldwin.
yeah, they're coming down lower. Hey, look, we've got Fanjecture Adam, my movie expert. She's got Wonder Woman, Cleopatra. Right. I agree with you, Adam. And there's, you, as I was saying, the movie industry as a whole isn't firing on all cylinders yet. Movie releases aren't getting box office like they were pre-pandemic, and even like the Eternals and other big movies aren't hitting at the same numbers, not even close. So where's the rush, right? Where's the rush to get a theatrical release when that's still coming up? And we know that Lucasfilm has been doing so well with Disney Plus projects, and 2022 is jam-packed full for Star Wars content. And it looks like 2023 slate is filling up really full for Disney Plus as well. And I just don't see the urgency to try to push something forward when you can say, you know what, Patty, go ahead, work on your other movies. We'll come back to this after things are kind of firing up again. So it's I have no issues. Let's see. Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw the KOTOR movie to coincide with the KOTOR game, just to kind of get both of those working together, and,
Well,
and get some synergy. But I mean, not that I think that's the only thing. I mean, they could definitely promote their books too by having a High Republic movie. Yes, I just think I haven't heard anything about that, and I think if we go back to old rumors, it can. I think it kind of aligns up with the Knights of the Old Republic, actually.
well,
We'll see.
there were some really big Old Republic rumors going on back when they were talking a lot about Darth Bane, and then might we get some stuff around Revan, all of that, and it just seems like that they could utilize those projects as something to move forward with. But I also think that the likelihood, and Star Wars News Network put this article out today, as well as the article I read yesterday, seems that the High Republic might be first on the list. And from my own perspective, I think that's a safer bet, because you're not dealing with established characters and all the lore that's around them. And the way that a lot of these lore fanatics are, whenever you release something involving a character that has a well-established story, character arc, then you are hamstrung by those rules. and the High Republic opens up them to create all kinds of things. And the article I read yesterday kind of said that the authors of the High Republic novels, illustrated works, comics, all of those have been in secret meetings, extensive secret meetings, and that they very well could have created a movie script within that time frame, and they can move forward with it. And the Star Wars News Network says, hey, we don't need an or. It could be an and. You know, there were those commercials that says and is better than or. And I do think that we could very well get a High Republic with an Old Republic on its heels. So I think both are likely to get done. and High Republic seems to be in the lead position as far as timing. And this Friday's, as Adam pointed out, the list of 10 projects from last December's Investor Day sure is shrinking. those are shrinking, but they're also, I think they're still kind of moving forward. It's just that the times are getting bumped, right? And so whatever we get this Friday, and whatever it leads into as far as like Investor Day, which by the way, uh, we we've been hearing that not only are we going to get Star Wars stuff announced, and we'll get like some preview trailers, some sizzlers, things like that this Friday on Disney Plus Day, but we're also starting to get a slate of Star Wars news on D23, which is like November 21st, I think, 23rd, something like that. Adam will correct me if I got it wrong. So we've got a bunch of stuff coming up this Friday, and then in a couple of weeks when D23 comes up, we'll get more. And then right on the heels of that, we've got Investor Day, and then we've got the launch of the Book of Boba Fett. So just one after another after another. So we've got a lot of Star Wars coming, and a lot of Star Wars news coming, including, as I just mentioned, that Thrawn novel that gets released next week. So let's see.
Yeah, we definitely have a lot to talk about to speculate on. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I could be. I mean, you could be right. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how popular the High Republic is and what kind of draw it'll pull. Maybe just anything Star Wars will pull it in by that time. I don't know. I think that if they're willing to stick to the basic script of Knights of the Old Republic with limited change, then I think what you would see is a resounding success from the Knights of the Old Republic to allow them to get the key is, I think, from my perspective, is allowing them to continue to build capital to spend on other projects that are new. And so the way they've hit it out of the park with the Mandalorian, now hopefully with the Boba Fett series, they'll begin to build this capital with fans. So even the fans that were pissed off by the sequels or whatever, get to begin to have trust even once again in Lucasfilm, and that allows them to build the capital to launch into new things. So from my perspective, as I look at it, as long as they stuck to the basic script of Revan and Knights of the Old Republic, then I think that allows them to build capital to move into the High Republic and have trust moving forward.
Let me bring this up and show it, because you mentioned something. So Cinelinx put out this article yesterday, and this is what I was referring to. And this is by Jordan Mason. So Jordan Mason's been the one kind of revealing a lot of these leaks. And in this article by Jordan, he mentions with Rogue Squadron being delayed, what he's heard of. And let's get down here, and he goes into these points. One, Rogue Squadron delay is not a sudden thing. It's been having some issues with the script, and they want to get it right. And I think that we talked about, look, there's no rush to studio, or I mean to the theaters. So delaying it is fine. Second, Lucasfilm's been developing a number of movie projects over the years. They haven't been sitting idle, and they could swap projects around, totally scrap release dates, which kind of goes into what Adam was mentioning, how, look, all those things that were announced last year, those release dates are evaporating, changing. And then contracts have been signed, space allotted for cameras to roll. We know Pinewood is booked. They're filming something there. What will it be? And then he goes here. He says, I had a source reach out saying it could take in the High Republic, saying that where is it here? The High Republic is much more in the public eye at the moment. Publishing initiative has been highly successful, continuing to hit bestseller lists every single release. architects behind it done a number of super secret meetings, planning sessions. I could see how script could have been developed in relative secrecy. So it's not outside the realm of possibility. They could ready to roll on that by next year. So that's what I'm referring to. Those books and comics, the comics, for instance, have gone into multiple re-releases, so reprints. So to me, it makes sense that the High Republic gives them a lot more room to breathe. They can do whatever they want, and it helps push the publishing arm. So,
Yeah, I'm not saying that they won't use that. All I'm saying is that if you're going to try to pull, a larger, without a doubt, I don't. It doesn't matter to me how much you like, the High Republic or don't like the High Republic right now. The fan base as of right now is going to have a larger reach with Revan and the Old Republic. It's just that's hands down the way it is, and I don't really think there's any debate about that. What you're right about is that they screw it up, pissing people
right,
off.
right. I think the risk
And that's a
is much
dangerous.
higher.
That could be a dangerous route to take. But if they follow the basic script that it was before, and just make it live action, then people will love it, and then you build. Then that allows you to build trust and gain capital toward your other endeavors as you move forward, which then I think allows the higher. I'm not saying they're not going to do the higher republic. That's not what I'm saying.
No, no,
Like you said, and is better than or.
that's
What I'm
right.
saying is a successful KOTOR allows for a more you if you make 2 billion off your first run of KOTOR, I promise you're going to make 1 billion off your first run of High Republic.
Oh, there's no question. Well, at least Star Wars News Network is reporting both, and you can see it in this paragraph here. And they're crediting BSL Big Screen Leaks, which came out with the big story. Right, all of this is spinning off of Big Screen Leaks story, and Star Wars News Network is reporting. Thanks to Big Screen Leaks, we can add another tidbit. Both live action Old Republic and High Republic projects are indeed in the pipeline. So there's no question that both are in the pipeline. The question is which one comes first. and it
Yeah,
looks like, just reading the tea leaves, that both from this article and Jordan Mason's article, that the High Republic is in front of
yeah.
the
I mean,
Old
I'm reading
Republic
it
in
says
release.
first to be released, but I tend
Yeah,
to think that's not true. I mean, we'll see. Well, I mean, I just think that Caligradis was working on this in 19 before the script,
right.
and I think that it's probably has been ready to roll for a few months now, and I would say probably a few years. Probably ready to roll when they released, Rise of Skywalker.
And Dale's not wrong. Andor comes first. What there's a lot of things that are going to beat it. Uh, Dale,
Yeah,
all the stuff on Disney Plus in 2022 is going to beat it, as well as a good number of things in
Mando
2023.
shot first.
Yeah. And what's great is we only have a couple more sleeps left before we get the news directly on Disney Plus Day, right? So
Yes.
we don't have to argue about this very long, and, and it's kind of
No.
nice that it's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. I am really, really concerned about the lore fanatics who hang on every tiny little thing, and they will not shut up if they get one thing wrong or they change something. They're just intolerable. It's fine
Yeah.
if
I don't. I
if
don't. I don't. I don't just. I don't agree with you on this, and the reason being is because I tend to lean toward more fanaticism as well, but that doesn't mean, you know, uh, I mean, as I look at it, I look for a just rendering. I mean, I think the majority of what they look for is a rendering that is done well. And I'll give you an example. Like I saw Solo, and I liked the books better not because, you know, they're, they tell it better or whatever. I mean, they do tell it better in my opinion, but most books do, because you just have a longer time to develop characters. But, uh, but in addition to which they didn't, the main issue that gets me like with Solo is trying to shoehorn all the main things from his story into one movie, and in the way that so to me it almost is contrived, and it gives that appearance. But it's not that Solo itself is a bad movie altogether. I mean, that's not what I'm saying. But there's pieces that I would like to see better. But that doesn't mean I'm tearing it apart or intolerable.
Well, no, I'm not. I don't. I'm not talking about you. There are people who are monetized by getting hate clicks, and there's no question that they exist on Twitter and in YouTube, and they fill a ton of space in the community by putting out volumes of information based on rage, and all it
Right.
takes is the
So
smallest
what if
thing.
you get? Yeah. See, I don't agree with you. Again, I don't agree. It's what they're looking at is 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 the honor of the character given? I mean, that's what it is. I mean, so like when we disagree over Luke, for example, in the Last Jedi, all right, you like that Luke, I don't like that Luke, and then I give my reasons why that Luke is not doesn't follow or what should have followed on. What occurred off camera for Luke does not make sense in the context that we're given for the Luke we have. And I give you my reasons on that, and I can hate that Luke all day long, and I can rant and rave about that Luke all day long.
Sure.
And so that doesn't make me, there's just aspects of things that we see and that we want to be fulfilled, that we maintain the what it is the honor or the air of the character. And so if they came in, they made Revan, kowtow to somebody else, and that he wasn't powerful, and he's not, we don't have, or maybe that, he turns out to be some kind of character that we find, irrelevant to the person that Revan was, but they make it a big deal, then you're going to see complaints. And that
Well,
would be true if we got a character in the High Republic that we find all these extraneous pieces added onto it that we found extraneous to any character in storytelling. They would complain
well,
about it.
again, I'm
And
not.
that's not
I'm not
nitpicking
talking
on
about
more.
people. I'm not talking about people who have reasoned discussions. I'm talking about people who are getting monetized off of rage clicks. There's a difference. There's a
No,
huge
but I'm
difference,
saying
and
that
those
they're going,
people.
but that's going to feed it. That is going to be fed no matter what. I mean, that rage. If you're going to be talking things that are extraneous to the character that people are going to consider to be something that is cultural related, for example, which is what most of these rage bait people pick on, is how it feeds into the cultural dissidence that we have between inside the country. That's what they're feeding off of. So if these pieces are highlighted, or as the main aspects of the character, but are really extraneous to the character, then they're going to rage on that no matter what. It's not a lore aspect. It is a cultural disparity aspect of that. And if they follow that type of thing, instead of appealing to everyone, in a neutral state, at least with the older characters, then what you're going to see, is quite a bit of rage, and you're going to see it also with new characters, but it's not as much.
Well, again, you're trying to hone in on the reasonable people. I'm not talking about them. and Meg
No,
is
I
exactly
think
right
I'm talking
here.
about Doomcock. I'm talking about geeks and gamers. They're gonna rant and rave if it has to do anything with the cultural disparity that we see in the West. They're going to rage on it no matter what.
Well, I've been attacked by some of these lore fans who say that I am not a Star Wars fan because I don't understand what good storytelling is or what good Star Wars is, because I don't latch on to these pieces of lore like they do. And they said, if you appreciated lore like we did, then you'd be a fan. But you're not a fan because you don't. Those are the people I'm talking about. And those are the people, too, that show themselves up on
But they're
Twitter.
very
They show themselves up.
small
But
piece.
they're small, but they take up a lot of noise. These people
Well,
create tons and tons
name a
of.
channel that does it that way. Well, name a channel. Name a big
Well,
channel.
I could tell you that they exist in the social side of those channels. So be it Doomcock or
Okay, so they're well. Okay, so
right,
Doomcock is primarily a cultural war channel.
right,
You know, he just uses Star Wars as the media.
sure, but they attack other fans because we don't look. If they change, let's say they changed Revan's lightsaber color, made it yellow. Oh, Meg's favorite color. All right, all of a sudden he's got a yellow lightsaber. They'll lose their friggin' minds, right? Because he doesn't
Okay,
have
as long as there was a story reason, they would probably be fine with it. Why? Currently, he has a red and purple. Why?
right.
And the reason is red is because he's a Sith, right? And purple is because he balances between both light and dark, right? That's the story reason why he has a red and a purple lightsaber. But if you give him
Yeah.
yellow, then you better have a story justification for it. It has nothing to do with lore. It has everything to do with consistency.
Well, I hear you. I understand what you're talking about. But the volume of videos that get made and social things that get posted that continue on for years after the fact is the part that becomes this what I think is a very, very dangerous place to reside. If you go with some of these lore-based characters that some of these folks
Yeah, I mean,
are really locked into, if you change an aspect without sufficiently earning it in the minds of some of these people, then they're the ones
as
that are
long as
going.
it's the story consistent, you'll be fine, and you will bring in 90%, maybe more of the fan base, and you'll build all the capital you possibly could want for any new story coming forward.
Yeah.
And
Well,
it'll diminish, not enhance, Doomcock and Geeks and Gamers, and which I am sad he's an Alabama fan because he pisses me off. And but he does.
Right.
I want to be able to. I want to say Roll Tide, but I don't want him. I don't want to be associated with that. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's point of it is that it's better to take on these characters, do them well, build the capital, and diminish their influence by doing them well, than it is to take on new stuff, add controversial aspects, and feed their fire.
Yeah, yeah. Both are getting done, right? This isn't an or situation. So I mean, I'm concerned that anytime you touch these things, they make you crazy. Yeah.
Oof, this stream got spicy.
Mark's not wrong, right? I do get upset because they parrot this stuff endlessly on all kinds of other things. It is exhausting. It is something that takes up way too much bandwidth, and it becomes super, super annoying. So, hey, Kiaran, thank you so much for the super chat. Good. Thank you so much for that.
Is that Ciaran or Kiaran?
I believe it's with a hard K. Kiaran, I believe.
Oh.
But look, I'll be
You can
going
correct
to.
us in the chat.
And I'll be going to Europe next spring. We're going over there. We're going with
nice.
Kayla, and our plan is to take a trip through Scotland, see our good friend Darth Elvis, and then come down through Ireland. Our family's from Ireland, and stop by and say hey to Kiaran, and there I can get educated on how to properly pronounce the name from the guy who is named. So there you have it.
We hail from, my family hails from Scotland, so we're from I think it's Berwickshire is where the area is.
Nice.
So where my family's from.
Our family started in Scotland, and then they migrated to Ireland during an uprising, fled for their lives. So
yeah, my family migrated to Georgia as a penal colony.
Oh, Yeah. Oh, interesting. ours ours came over from Ireland and ended up working in the rail in Pennsylvania, West Virginia. That there's a ton of Irish people that came over and worked in the rail, uh, building railroads um, throughout the that corridor, and our family ended up in West Virginia. So that's where that came from. And Meg, good to see you here. So, look, you have introduced another fan film that we want to visit, and a couple of things about this. I think one is it's relatively well known. I hope. The second is this is done by an 18-year-old. So this kid
It's done very well.
he did a great job. And when you start to think about what you can do as a fan to express your enthusiasm and love for this franchise, we've got a kid here, and I think he said that the budget for this was like $3,600, and to me, most of that
Very well.
most of that appears to be in costuming. So I'm gonna let this play, and again, we'll kind of talk through some of it. One
I
criticism,
bet most of it was in food and that everybody was volunteers.
it could be, it could be. I do note that he puts this disclaimer on. He puts it in the description, and he puts it in the at the end as well. The soundtrack. He copies too much. Now here, this spaceship going across here is not. It looks somewhat like, but is not the Razor Crest. Right?
Nope.
It's
The
a
Razor
model
Crest
of some sort.
is destroyed at this point. It's gone
Well,
at this point.
it is gone at this point. And from a timeline perspective, it does say it's chapter 16.5. It's after
Right.
Luke and Grogu leave. Ducky, I do have the
Right.
sound on. I think you guys can probably hear it.
I think we have it on high speed because it's moving fast.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I can slow it down. Go back to. I'll go down to 1.5. A little bit here, because I know that we wanted to get it started around 12:30. And we're running a bit late getting it started. But look, the costumes are great. The people are wearing, authentic stuff. A great, they got a guy playing Thrawn. Only thing missing there is glowing eyes, right?
I know.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
John 42. Yeah, I think he could find another Razor Crest, which would make me very happy. Okay. It says all I can hear is the music. Meg's. Let me stop Meg's Hoth background. Let me see if I turn it up. See if that makes it easier for you guys to hear.
They do a very good job of reusing the same guys over and over again from their shots. There's about this whole thing where you have multiple guys. It's actually, I think, really only about 4 people with uniforms, and they just keep, or 5 with the scout trooper.
Yeah, they do a good job with the voiceover too. Like Din Djarin voice, still nothing.
Oh yeah, he sounds just like him.
The guy does sound just like Din Djarin, and
what's his name? Boba
Ki-
Fett. So
Boba
sounds
Fett
just
at
like
the
him.
end sounds just like it as well. Still don't hear it. I turned the volume up, but I think, let me see. I don't think there's anything else I can do to share the soundtrack. Now I will say the link to this video is in the description. So if you've not seen it and you do need to hear, then you can catch it yourselves through that link and hear it. Yeah, this is again. It's still no sound. Okay, all right. Well, I've got the. I do have the closed captioning on, so you can hear the. You can read the dialogue there.
again, this is well used to the same guys over and over again for their different pieces. So I mean, I think there's probably honestly five, stormtrooper, including the scout trooper, and it's just done over and over again. So
But
it's
look at
just
the costuming.
it's very well shot.
These guys
Very well
have
shot.
some amazing gear. Right?
No, absolutely.
It looks so good. It's very authentic. Again, and this is an 18-year-old kid that shot this. So,
Yeah, he's been
so
shooting well before this. This wasn't the first time. Oh, this is done about Arizona, probably,
yeah, I'm not sure.
or maybe out of Joshua Tree. No, Joshua Tree didn't have this.
We should
I think it's
we should reach out to these creators and to see if we can get them on to kind of interview them as
Yeah,
we review their content, because those are great
yeah,
questions. Like, what did he shoot it on, and how many days
yeah.
did it take? That kind of thing.
So he did it on his iPhone.
On his
The,
iPhone.
the commercials. Yeah,
Oh my!
the commercials.
And well, yeah, from the commercials. But did he really do it?
I have no idea.
So there's a couple points there. I thought they did a good job. You see, like that stormtrooper we just saw getting ready to shoot him, and he's shot, but we don't know who it is, right?
Right.
Meg, I find it funny that the word "kid" is used for young adults in the U.S. Yet you couldn't say, "Oh, he's a 40-year-old kid." Well, you could. I mean, I've had that happen to me. I'm 54, and I go to Santa meetings with a bunch of 70-plus-year-olds, and they're like, "Oh, you're just a kid." So it happens to 50-some years. But they reveal that there's somebody in the background, right? That assisted. We also get a little bit here. You see somebody walk across, like right here. Here it comes.
Yeah.
So he's sitting there kind of being contemplative.
Yeah,
right.
He's missing Grogu.
Yeah.
So we know it's after Grogu was gone.
There he goes. Right? You saw the walk right across the foreground. Yet they don't reveal to us yet who this is, right?
We don't
Again,
know at this point at all what Din Djarin is looking for at all.
Right. Yeah. Right. And I've got this playing at 1.5 still. Oh, I'll go to slow it down now because we're down to, there's a pretty cool little part here. So, no audio, still no audio. That's, the soundtrack's done really well. It just, I know he's running into copyright issues for sure. Right.
Well, but it's a fan film, so it doesn't really, as long as since there's no profit on it, he can put it on there with no issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, dude got stabbed with his own sword or staff or whatever you call that.
Yeah. These are really good pieces, though. I mean, I think really good, and he's reusing the same mask over and over again, so it's really, really good the way he does it. He waits to let them go out of shot. And then
I wonder where this location is. To me, it looks west, like maybe Nevada.
I'm thinking Arizona. I mean, it looks like where's Monument Valley?
It looks really good. And for the record, this is supposed to be on Tatooine.
Yes.
Oh, I hear a certain. Oh. Now, that guy looks a lot like Revan, right?
Yeah, this is Sith Acolyte mask. What that is. You can go online and buy them right now.
Excellent. And there you go. You got your nice little ending there. Him bringing up the Darksaber. Now, this was some of my favorite.
Gives us all of our timeline.
Some of my favorite part of this comes at the end, where you see some of the folks like the behind the scenes kind of stuff. Look, this again, 18-year-old. Like, I am super impressed at the work he did. And he had help, right? He's got lots of folks listed here as help, but here we go. Hold on, there's more. There's more. Don't stop early. Oh, we got a damaged helmet. Oh. There's Palpatine. Meg,
It's very
dead
well done.
Jarn. Not Din. Like, oh, and by the way, Meg, I loved you got to say Daddy Jarn. Daddy Jarn this morning. That was
Yes,
great.
I heard that too.
Uh, so there you go. You got the Mando actors, right? Voiced. Again, the guy does a fantastic voicing.
Yes, it does.
Now you gotta keep watching because there's like a post credit scene here that's really good. Oh, look, it's very professional. The kid's got a career in front of him, I think for sure.
Oh,
Like
I know.
you could think that he could get hired by a studio in some capacity, right?
No, absolutely. He's working his way into it. I guarantee it. This is done very well. I know how he does this effect. Like I know how to make the shots do that. I don't know how to do the 3D effects.
And he apologizes for misspelling John Favreau's name. I thought that was hilarious. Um, there you go. They've got these. I thought this was great. You get to see, like you were talking, they reuse, a lot of. Kids having fun, doing what they love,
Uh,
and with a franchise they love, characters they love. I love all of it. Papa Din, that was as opposed to Papa John. That's a whole different thing. So there you have it, folks. I thought that was tremendously done. He did a fantastic job,
yeah.
and I love doing this. Hey, fan Jecture, 4 months of membership. Uh, where's the Star Wars Santa Magic Maker team up fan film? Yeah, no. But I would love to get maybe some of these creators when we do these, because again, we've kind of talked about, and we talked about even today, some of the uh, oh dissatisfaction amongst different fan groups, and these fan fictions are a great way to express your love and enthusiasm. And one thing that I think Thor Skywalker put really well is that look, if the sequels, even for somebody who loves the sequels, if the sequels were better, people who love the sequels would like them even more, right? Or at least as
Right.
much. But then you would have people who were dissatisfied really enjoy them. And where you get with these fan films are primarily people who just love this franchise, love these characters, love this universe, and want to express it creatively. And I think they do a great job. Um,
Right. I
Another
mean,
great
what you're
example
going to
today.
understand is about the people who dislike the sequels or other pieces of Star Wars. It's not like we want to dislike them. We would like it if we liked them just as much as y'all. It's just that we're like, oh man, why couldn't it have been this way or whatever reason we have, that we don't like it. We just wish that that had been something that had been given to us that we both liked equally. We would love to be able to fan out and go crazy with y'all just the same as y'all do with your group, and we get all pissed off and talk about it and rant and rave over with our group. We would love
Right.
it to be just ever coming out and going, that was the most amazing thing ever. That was awesome.
Well, and I saw somebody
With
put
y'all just as much as anybody else.
I saw somebody put earlier as well. Like, look, if you, I was watching Nerd Theory from last night, And somebody super chatted in there to say, the thing about it is, if you love Ray, you love the sequels, you have those movies and you can enjoy them. If somebody else's displeasure over them should not affect how much you love them. You should love them,
Sure.
enjoy them, have a good time rewatching them. And if you are not, if you're a huge fan of the prequels, like Meg is, then you can watch those. Those exist for you, and they're fantastic. And what I love about these fan fictions as well is, look, if I watch something and I don't like it, I can just click off. I can watch something else. It's not that hard.
But I'm just saying, as far as fans are concerned, I think we would all love to be able to just all, rave about it and how good it is, and together. And we prefer it not be, well, I thought it sucked, and you think it's great. I mean, we
Right,
prefer to that we also thought it was great.
right. So Friday, Disney Plus Day, it's coming up. Is there anything that you are super excited about? Anything that you've heard coming up that you're mostly looking forward for?
I haven't heard like any specific news of what is coming, so I don't know exactly what to be looking for. I just want to see a clearer view of the timeline of when the different shows are coming out and what to see into the not just in 22 but in 23. So I kind of
Re-
have a clearer view of how the series is going to come out.
so release dates. You're hoping to get
Yeah,
some release
that's
dates.
really what I'm looking. Yeah, that's the most important thing to me.
I would love to see some release dates. And as Meg put, Kenobi. That's I think I heard in Meg's video today that we're liable to get a bit more Kenobi than initially kind of hinted at. We're thinking
Yeah,
we
more
might
than
get
a couple of seconds, I think is what she said, right?
yeah, we were initially thinking we might just get a short little clip, a preview clip, but Meg
Yeah.
said this morning we might actually get some more extended footage, which would be great.
Which means
Like
we're getting like 20 seconds.
22 seconds. 20, uh, no, I'm with you. I'm mostly like I'm excited to get these trailers, some Sizzler reel stuff, things like that. I'm excited to get that, but I am mostly hoping for release dates. I'd like to see release dates for 2022 at a minimum, and then and as Adam pointed out, as Fan Jackson pointed out earlier, yeah, the serial right. They're great, Tony the Tiger. But as Adam said earlier, look, the 10 projects that they announced Investor Day last year, those release dates are evaporating before our eyes, right? And
Yeah.
so there's a risk associated with some of that as well. That should they give us release dates for things outside of 2022, then they throw themselves into this point where people can uh, criticize them over moving those dates even
Yeah, I
more.
mean, I don't want a release date really beyond just the next year, and then I'd like to see some what might be coming, you know, in the future with possible 23 releases kind of thing. And then, like I don't expect to see any movie until Christmas of 23 anyway. So if we get a movie, and should it be Code 4 or High Republic, it'll be Christmas of 23. And when they think, I think they think that most of this COVID, oh, can I say that word? The that thing is behind us, I hope. And 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 so so I think we're quickly moving into places. I mean, countries are already saying, "Hey, we're moving on," and I think eventually all of the markets will by 23. I just can't see it continuing. And
Well, it
so
was
I think
good.
Christmas of 23.
Yeah, here in the U.S. to open up borders for folks who have been immunized to come back in is great. But Meg, Disney has dissolved the rule of two when it comes to shows. That it no longer exists. The rule of two is no more. They're That's very good. No, I, I was talking about this a bit before. Theater, the theater experience. I was talking with Jason yesterday, and I know Adam has brought it up a good bit as well. And I think Adam is right in saying that there will be a time where going to a movie theater be like going to the theater to see a musical or a play, where the ticket prices might be 70, $80, and it'll include the theater going experience, and it'll be a set aside thing
I
for
hope not. I
a smaller
enjoy
group of
going to the movie
folks.
theater.
Yeah, it just
And,
look,
in fact, I
you know,
just went and saw Dune in the IMAX and like surround the IMAX, and man, that's a great way to see that movie. I really enjoyed that.
yeah, and I agree with Johnny 42. Like, I have no problems waiting, right? If we need to wait, we wait. That's and as I was talking with Jason, look, the shows allowed us to get a lot more content with these characters, a lot more story development, a lot more character development. We were talking about Andor. Andor's supposed to be 12 episodes at 30 minutes each. There's 6 hours of content. That's a trilogy, right? That's three 2-hour movies. And that's just one season. So
Yeah,
they're already talking about a second or third season of Andor coming along. 3 seasons of Andor could be a saga, right? Like 9 movies. So I think that that's the future of Star Wars, Lucasfilm, and Disney Plus. Streaming services for content, new content is definitely where things are headed.
no,
And
I mean, I'm interested to see it more, and I think we'll have a lot more long term content on, of course, on Disney Plus. That's what it's for.
and Will Morgan, look, Meta Egg, he has a video going to release tomorrow talking about the Bad Batch and Omega. And you guys, if you've not subscribed to Meta Egg, you're unfamiliar with Will and his content, please go check him out. And Will and I are going to try to do a live stream together, talk about his video a little bit, talk about some of his theories. I absolutely love Will's energy. The way his brain works is phenomenal. I love it. So excited to do that with him. And you guys go check it out. Let me see if I can find real quick. It's is what is it? He the title of it. I've got it. I gotta go Meta Egg, pull it up. Here we go. Videos. Is Omega Snow White? Will Omega White replace Boba Fett? Ooh, good title, good thumbnail. And I've already previewed the video. It's really good. It's worth your time. So that pretty much wraps us up for the day. A Magic Maker.
We did
Anything
good. We
else?
kept it to an hour.
We did. We did. There was a lot to cover. I'm super excited for what's coming up later this week, and I'm trying to ignore the chat because I see what Mark and Meg are going on about. I gotta watch. I gotta watch. Anything you'd like to bring up a Magic Maker as we close out?
No, yeah, I think that's really good. I think we had a really good discussion on where Star Wars should be and kind of our opinions on those. I think it was actually a really good discussion.
Yeah, very good.
So I appreciate you giving it to me. Hey, thanks everybody.
Thank you so much, a Magic Maker and Adam. Yeah, John Campy has got himself in a bit of hot water today with a lot of folks. It'll be fun to see Campia's show today. And there's Will Morgan's Meta Egg, and look, you can see that's premiering November 10th, just ahead of Disney Plus Day. You guys enjoy that. Darth Elvis is in the building. Good to see you. You guys, thanks for being here. I've had fun again. A Magic Maker and I have been doing this for a couple years now, and we disagree, and it's great. And we can bring different perspectives on, and we show how even these disagreements can be strong friendships around this franchise. So And my other good friend Meg, Star Wars Meg, she doesn't mind taking me to task either. So it's great. I really enjoy it. You guys, if you would please let folks know about us here. We've kind of stalled on our growth, and I'm thinking about making some changes to some of the delivery, and so that we can maybe uh, keep that growth going. So, thank you all so much. I hope you have a wonderful day. And if you know, after the outro, there's a little thing. You got to hear the Mike Porter dad joke of the day. So you guys, thanks for being here. Hang on for the dad joke. We'll see you in a minute. Until
Yeah,
next
Will
time.
Morgan. If I was single, I'd want Meg's number too. So.
Well, both of you are out of luck because you're not in her. You're not her type. So there you have it.
Yeah.
You guys, thank you for being here. And until next time, my friends, Merry Christmas and may the force be with you always. Bye bye. Oh, your Mike Porter dad joke is, why did the squirrel go outside? It was raining cats and dogs. Why did not